Hey everybody, it's King Damien. Welcome to another Death Road to Canada video. Once again, I'm really sad that the audio doesn't play because then it's just silence and me. I wish I knew how to fix that. If anyone can let me know, that'd be fantastic. So anyway, let's get into this. So my big plan with this game is to do one really long mission. Like from start to finish, I'm just going to go straight through. No cutting it apart, no nothing. I'm just gonna do it because I am sick and tired of always dying in this game. I've gone so close, so freaking close. My son has become the devil. I've turned into Hulk. I've had help from the Power Rangers. I've had help from police officers. I've turned into a gargoyle is the only way I can assume because my guy turns to gray stone thing. I I don't know what to do. When your son turns into Satan, you still can't win. I don't know. I don't know. But in this video, I'm going to go through all my characters because I thought about it and I thought that video is going to be long, really, really just long. So I want to go over all the characters and explain why I gave them to him, a brief, quick summary. So let's start with me. My character is Friend of Dog. And the cool thing I like about this thing is that you can really customize them to look pretty damn close. That's fairly close to me. Maybe a slightly darker hair and a little less long. Bigger forehead, unfortunately. But it's basically almost me. Now, the Friend of Dog I really like. And I was going to describe, because it is appropriate from, who I am. I do find it's really great. I'll let you guys read it because I want to make this video as quick. Because I've already done one recording and it was long, guys. It was 14 minutes. I'm like, no one wants to hear me rant for a really long time. So there's that. I thought that's pretty damn close. Now, Paranoid. What's really cool about this game, it even makes what sounds negative good. This has saved my ass so many times, and it fits me pretty damn well. Not to a T. Well, actually, you know what? This one fits me almost to a T. I will admit it does. So let's move on to my next one, my wife, who also looks pretty close. Her hair isn't actually that kind of red, but she always wants to get to that red. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make her character that. Now, I put her in healthcare because of the fact that she does work at a medical office as I guess you could kind of receptionist sort of style, medical care assistant? Anyway, so basically I thought this is a very appropriate one for her, as well as I gave her nurturing because it also is kind of like a medical thing. The maybe an act part is kind of not really, because she is very straightforward about who she is. But you know what? You gotta take what you can. I just want to get him as close as I could. So next, we have Mr. Leech. I made him bald because he's always shaving his hair super thin, and I couldn't find one that was perfect. And you know what? I just went, screw it, I'm making him bald. Screw you. So I gave him martial arts because my wife was also in martial arts as well, but he's been able to keep more up to date with it. He tries to do as much, remember a lot of routines that he did in it. So I thought pretty appropriate. He doesn't like to use firing arms, which is his only negative, which actually fits him pretty well because he prefers crossbows, swords, knives, stuff like that, throwing stars. So this one's pretty good. I thought it's pretty appropriate to who he is. I also gave him civilized, which sounds more positive than what it is, because, yeah, he is very loyal, personality stats, everything, but permanent significant moral penalty. So basically, his ways are the only ways, which is not really him, but I went with it because I like that it says super high loyalty and personality stats. I'm like, that's pretty goddamn close to him. Now let's go for Tower, a.k.a. Phoenix Wolf, a.k.a. that other freaking white guy. So I got him as close as I could. I think his hair is a little shorter, but this is why I said Leech has it shorter than that too. But for Tower, he's got a little bit more, and so I just went, screw it. Now for him, I gave him Gungeoneer because he has had military training. He does like to collect guns a bit, and he knows how to take them apart. So I'm like, this is pretty fair. I also gave him Bandit because he knows why. Tower, if you are watching this, because I'm going to tag you on Facebook, as I am with all my friends, you know why you're a bandit. Because you could not be trustworthy. You're not trustworthy. You push me off the cliff every single time in any game you can. You bastard. Anyway, So that's why I gave him Bandit, because he knows. He knows. Now Cobra, he's also military, so I want to give him, but he also likes to collect guns. So I gave him gun collector, which is very appropriate. It just fit him pretty damn well. I also gave him a resilient type. Now the negative one's a little like bad wit rolls. Now I don't know what exactly I mean by that, but I'm like, I wouldn't say he's got bad wit. I mean, maybe he, like, I didn't really, I don't know. It was weird. I was like, does it or doesn't it? And I'm just like, whatever. But definitely the whole takes more hit than normal, which makes sense because he completed his training in the military. So I'm just like, it fits him pretty damn well. So I thought this one was a pretty appropriate for him. I think his hair is a little lighter, but like I said, get as close as possible. Here, this one is my father-in-law. My wife says I made him look like a Spanish gangster, which was funny. I gave him mechanic because he is very good at fixing things up, and I thought that's really useful. I need that in my journey. And I also gave him warrior because he is ex-military. He was in the military for quite some time. So I gave him warrior, which the boring personality is like so-so. I wouldn't say my father-in-law is boring. So, I mean, but, warrior was the best fit I found, so whatever. Now for my mother-in-law, I gave her explorer, because my wife was a little confused by this one at first, but then I made her read the stats, and it made more sense. She is very good at she doesn't get lost very easily. I'm like, it's perfect. Now this part I let my wife choose, because she's like, yes, give her charming. So I'm like, alright, I'll assume, can't charm way out of everything, but she can charm her way in the free stuff, which is extremely useful. I'm like, yes. Yes, we need that. Now this is Sanchet. Stands for Spanish Angie, because we know two. So we gave her healthcare as well, because she plans to be a nurse, and I thought the more medical people I run into, the better. And I gave her oblivious, because mostly for the positive, because of the fact that may ignore despair. She is religious, so and she does tend to not think about the negatives so much. She always thinks, stay positive. I'm like, so it fits her pretty damn well. And bad roles for perception, because unfortunately when you think only positive, you're bound to, those things kind of come hand in hand, unfortunately. Now for Wangie, which is White Angie, friend of dog as well, I also gave her oblivious, because I thought it was funny, because my wife told me once that she has smoked pot. I don't know, I think she still does. It's from time to time, and I thought, this is funny. And as well, she also has a very positive attitude all the time. My wife says she's never usually too negative. So I thought, perfect fit. I gave Sarah ultra fit, because she does do a lot of, like, volleyball and stuff like that. So I thought, it fits her pretty well. She does try and stay in shape. I also gave her calm under fire, due to the fact that I thought more of, because she's a teacher, so she always has to be calm, and it kind of fits. Like I said, not all these are going to be perfect, but they're going to be as close as I can get them. Now for Kevin, now I guess fiance and soon to be husband. I'm so happy for these two. Meanwhile, I saw it coming a mile away. We're like, they are perfect for each other. So I'm super excited to go to their wedding. For him, I gave him car nut, because I think my wife told me that he is into cars. So I thought this is a pretty good fit, and it would be good to have someone who's a car nut. I gave him practical. There it is. Because it also fits him pretty well. And a variety of useful skills, because I just thought, why not? Boring personality is kind of harsh. I mean, just because he's ginger and has no soul does not mean he does not have a personality. My God. Luna and Damien, I will briefly go into these. I gave her mechanic, a mysterious past. I don't want to get into too much of that. I also want to just give someone a mysterious past one, because it is interesting, because I like this part. Randomized an extreme personality, because I'm like, why not? It does fit the scenario. For Damien, gave him athlete, which, again, don't judge, okay? Just leave me alone with it. Let me have my thing. And resilient type as well. Now for Nick, I gave him fighter, which I find very appropriate, because he is always a fighter. He's told us many stories which prove this. And I also gave him fierce tempered, because I thought this was funny. I think in reference to this, I thought more of how he was in Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill when he was Count Dracula. and he was just no hold bars, and he just went at us with everything he got, and he won. So I mean, hey, it worked. And so I thought, good fit. Now I go for Ryan, my friend who we did the dice cast with. Not dice, yeah, dice cast with. The episode Quad Heroes. This is the creator of that board game. I gave him Ultra Fit as well because when we saw him, like, he looks like he stays in pretty goddamn good shape. I gave him Inventive because of his whole thing with making the board game. I thought he strikes me as a type that'd be like very inventive, and why not? That game is freaking fun. It is now actually released to the public. There's another website I put in the link. Go see it. Go. What are you waiting for? It's a fantastic game. Buy it. Now for Amy, she is from my wife's work as well. She is a vet, doctor. So I thought this was a pretty appropriate one for her. We're a surgeon. There we go. And it just starts with a cleaver, gains 2 medical, gains 1 shooting, which is quite appropriate. And nurturing as well. We already know what nurturing does. Moving on. For the last 2, I got Shade. Because like I said, I tried to think of more of my friends that were like, who would have a difference. Like if I felt 2 of my friends were too close. I mean, if they want, I'll put them in the game. I don't mind. But I gave him Fighter, same reason. I see a lot of his Facebook posts, how he is. I also gave him Berserk because I thought this was just funny. But he's like a vampire to me. Okay, so I thought Berserk is fantastic. I'll basically make him the vampire in this game. And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a perfect fit. Now for this last one, I went a little funny because I don't have much of a basis for Sanchet. So I went with Big Bruiser, which is just funny because he's a little guy. I made him his character short too. And I thought it was just funny. I don't know. This one was for shits and giggles. I also gave him Frantic Whiner because, again, this one's surprising. Like, they're really good at fleeing. So basically, I gave him big muscles and fast moving. I thought it was an appropriate one, and it was just great. I feel like my friends and family are going to hate me after they see their characters and what I've done with them. But you know what? I thought it was great. I really am excited to do this video. And if you guys want to be put in this game, let me know in the comment section below. Because I will put you in it, and give me a little description of yourself, kind of like what you would do for a portfolio, you know, just very point blank. I'll probably make your character look just completely random. Yeah, so like if you want, you can give me your gender, like what culture you are. I'll probably take a look at your picture if you have a picture of your face. I'll try and get as close as I can. But as I said, let me know in the comment section below if you want to be in the game. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the Death Road to Canada, the whole thing. This is going to be epic, and I hope I beat it finally. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm super happy I was able to do a video. And, yeah, just stay tuned for more. See you guys next time. Bye.